All right, so the new summer banner has been out for a few days in JP, and I kind of wanted to wait to make a video to see what people thought of these new units. Okay, so let's dive right into it. Head over to the game with. Okay, so first of all, we have a new Gale. And something I want to say about this. In game, you will see that her attack is 7,000. Now, this is kind of deceptive because they are now displaying the stat that she will have after max awakening. Okay, so if my math is correct, a regular fully ascended Summer Gale will be around 5,600. And then if you happen to get 6 copies of her to max awaken her, this will be the stat. So this looks strong, but think 5,000s, okay? However, she's a pretty useful support. She has the first of its kind, as far as I know, crit damage party buff. Okay, so 15% to the party, very cool. And a fire leap passive that gives all allies 20% increased stats on fire weapons. Now, recent testing has shown that these leap passives aren't all that they're cracked up to be, but at least they help a little bit, right? Okay, the character skill. A 4-hit with 110% damage on each, and attack buff to the party, 30% for 30 seconds, and crit damage 15% for 30 seconds. So again, she's a great support and pretty strong. Okay, the weapon just furthers this role. Okay, so another fire sword with crit rate. That's cool. We can always use that. So 15% crit, 15% attack buff. Okay, and then skills, 16 and 18 seconds with the cooldowns. Both have a 30-second buff. First one, a 5-hit that has crit rate 20 for 30 seconds. That's pretty good. Usually these are 10-second buffs and really hard to use. Okay, and then this one is just an attack buff, 30%, 30 seconds. All right, so that is the new Gale. Okay, so the main topic of this video is we have a new meme. We have a new character with a character skill usable at the start of battle that just might shake up the arena meta. Okay, so what is it? First of all, the passives. Okay, so the second of its kind, 20% attack buff to the party. The recently buffed Abstract Rion is the only other character that has this. This one's timed 60 seconds. Okay, and then a Dark Leap, and we just talked about Leap a moment ago. Okay, so we have 20% party attack buff here, and then as soon as she casts this, another 15, so 35% attack buff total. 30 seconds here. Okay, and then here's the thing. Okay, in addition, it grants special condition inhibition to all enemies for 30 seconds. And when this dropped, we had a lot of questions. What is special state? Because that was the wording in one of the translations. What is special state? Okay, so now we know. Okay, so we have a JP player who goes by Yoruna Kutori 53 on Twitter has broken it down for us. So basically, buffs that can be extended, like attack, defense, and agility, those cannot be blocked by her. Right? That's nice to know, right? We don't want her to be too broken because we want to go up against her too. But those things that can't be extended, now this translation is weird. This is Pursuit, Element Enhance, Provoke, and Recovery, aka those regen skills. So you can see the main thing here is this is just a hard Baldemos counter. Okay, New Year's 063Y will no longer be able to provoke and will no longer be able to regen. Okay, and then this player goes on to give some video examples. Now the other thing I was really curious about is what about this element enhance, because we have the Blackhorn weapons with the element enhance passives and the skill. So the answer there is the passives still apply because F66x has to go first to prevent special states. If it's already applied, she does not erase it. If I understand it correctly, I think I do. Okay, so think about subjugation weapons against her. You'll still have the element buff from the passive, but when you cast that first skill, you will not get that element buff. Okay, so it does nerf those weapons just a little bit. Here's the first video example versus a Celeb Demos. Now notice that when Celeb Demos casts that character skill, the opponent still gets the defense buff. Okay, so Demos has not been totally rendered useless. Great, now here is an example versus Nier Baldi. Notice also the element buff on Noelle. She has the subjugation spear. Okay, so she still has that element buff. She doesn't get a chance to cast the first weapon skill, but I think we can be sure that it would not have applied. You can see the little like anti special state icon right there. And the key thing here is that they were able to target the other enemies even when Baldi cast his character skill. Important thing being that F66x went first. Okay, now, so that clears up a lot of confusion there. All right, then we can take a look at, well, first of all, just her stats. She's got sky high defense and HP. Okay, so makes her very beefy. So she can come along, buff everyone, do her gimmick, and still be standing. Okay, then the weapon. Okay, so agility, 20%, 60 seconds, HP, 15%. We have some skills here, 18 and 14 on the cooldowns. The skill 2, the 14-second cooldown, is a 3-hit and buffs the agility of the party by 7%. Okay, so that just kind of stacks on anything they already have. Then the other one, an attack power buff to the whole party. So just like the Gale Sword, it just furthers her usage. All right. However, I feel like if I pull her, I might experiment with other weapon types on her, especially off types. All right. So the question is, should you pull? Now, the obvious gimmick here is an easy counter to Baldemos. So if you're having trouble countering Baldemos, you might think about picking her up. But beyond that, I think she's just going to be a useful support in general. Okay, but I tried to scroll as much as I could in the Discord to gather some opinions. A lot of people are feeling like they're going to skip. But I think these are people that have no problem countering Baldemos already. Okay, one other thing to think about is that, sure enough, the old summer units are on the banner. They're in there. And you can see here, this is the umbrella with a boosted rate of 0.16. And the other weapons are in there. So, for example, maybe you didn't get the other summer units, and now's your chance. Or maybe you just want more copies of that umbrella. I kind of do. I only pulled it once, and I wouldn't mind having a second umbrella. Furthermore, I have a Summer Rion sitting at 70, collecting dust for a year now. I wouldn't mind having some Ascensions and Awakenings on him myself. So those are my thoughts on the banner. Let me know what you think of it. Again, we should be getting this banner either right after maintenance or possibly tomorrow. Can't be sure, but it's got to be right around the corner. We've been waiting patiently. I think the time has finally come. All right, that's all I wanted to do for this video. If you haven't yet, like and subscribe, help me grow the channel. It's much appreciated. I'll see you in the next one.